What's going on? Yeah. It's probably even a little too much for me right now. I guess what I can safely say is, respectfully and with all due respect, fuck everybody that ain't rooting for you. And fuck anybody who refuses to see things the way you see them. Because in your head, they make sense. And you even sitting there explaining to them. And you've still got the nerve. You still got the nerve to not see your vision, to not see your goals, to not see where you're coming from, and to not believe in you. So, I really wanted to go in on some other shit, but man, it's just too... So what I could safely say, it don't matter. You're the most important person right now. And if you don't take care of you, how are you going to take care of future you? Someone's got to do it. It's going to be you. No one's going to take care of future you. You got to put yourself first. You got to take care of and love yourself. And you can't be giving away your own, personal resources, especially not the most important ones, your love and attention, to those who don't appreciate it. And it don't matter. I'm not even talking about anybody specific. I'm really not. But this is such a real and relevant topic that it could literally go for anybody and anything. Whatever and anyone that don't believe in you, fuck them. Focus on you. Learn how to stand your ground in your own beliefs and not be convinced by other people that you're thinking wrong. Bro, no. How the hell, we're not robots. We have souls and passion and goals and we're also social animals, and we have the need to talk about our goals and grow with one another, and pave a way for for ourselves, and then to show each other, like everybody else is serious, also, like, but this world gets us so caught up in and by making it so hard that nobody has the time nor energy and eventually desire to want to help anybody else, because they're so busy trying to make it themselves. They're like, well, hell, if I help this person, what if they get ahead of me and they don't help me back? So it's just the mindsets these days are different, and the mindsets these days, man, are the mindsets of I don't even want to say it, because I'm broke as hell too, and I'm poor as hell too, but it's, my mindset is not poor. I have a really rich mindset, and I know that I'm gonna make it one day, no matter what it is I do. It doesn't even matter. Like, I know I'm gonna make it. It's just the footwork. How hard am I gonna work, and how much work am I gonna put in, to optimize my growth and get to where I need to be faster. Because trust me, guys, I've had 29 jobs. I've worked for other companies. I've broken my back for other companies. Hence, maybe not long per company, but I've given each company that I've worked at an honest shot. And the exact time where I saw the true colors of the company, where I saw that there wasn't no growth, where I couldn't even get not even an extra buck after 90 days of doing good or whatever, I gotta get, and then there was a lot of other factors too, to be completely honest with you. There was a time where I couldn't hold down jobs, and it was literally for one reason or another. Like, I struggled with discipline and some other things, but I eventually stopped blaming the world for my own actions and my own lackings. And, I just acknowledged that I'm not a victim. I was just born with maybe a disadvantage in this life, by not having parents, and, then by having, being blessed with a couple really good grandparents that were able to really nurture me and take care of me and in between also, you know, love me and teach me morals and respect and love and kindness, you know. And you know, for the most part of my life, I've faced so much negativity and just being down that, you know, I don't ever want to be down again. You know, I always want to be up, and I don't ever want to be negative again. I always want to be positive, because there's just no point. There's absolutely no point in being negative. You know, at the very least, you could say, if you want to, like, I mean, man, like, if you're a clowning type of guy, you know, you could clown on folks and still be like, you know, I'm just messing with you. Like, I just gotta get my little, you know, whatever. I gotta get my, you know, my little comedy fix today, or I gotta crack my little jokes today, whatever the hell it is. But, you know, you do it with good intentions, and you do it with a good heart, and you let people know that you mean well, and that, you know, if you know, if you offend anybody, you know, you'll see. If you offend anybody, you apologize. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you, you know what I mean? Just because it's the right thing to do. Now, if people are being all crazy and extra, you know, you don't apologize for them. You apologize for you, because you're a good person, right? And because you're letting the universe know who you are. But, you know, realistically, face to face, you're apologizing to the person, but there's an energy outside of that apology that goes to the person and really reflects to the universe, telling the universe, this person really cares, and this is a good person. Talking about you, you're the good person for doing the right thing. Apologizing if you offend anybody, you know, even if you don't, you know, if somebody does, whatever the case may be, you understand where I'm going, right? The energy that you put out into this world is going to either build you up in a positive way by reflecting, you know, rewards to you in the form of blessings. You know, it's just gonna be crazy. I can't even go on to describe how true this is. And even, like, for the littlest darnest things, you know, like, people will just come up to you and bless you with money, you know, for, you know, just helping them with the littlest dumb stuff, and then you're like, no, thank you, please, you know, but then they literally refuse it, like, no, this, you know, and someone say, this isn't even for me, like, this is, you know, like, the universe is telling me to give this to you, God's telling me to give this to you, so here, at that point, you got to accept that, because it's like, that's literally how the universe blesses you, and with time, the blessings will get better or not, we don't expect, okay, we just receive, and we be great, and you be great, and you receive for being great. One thing for sure is that if you're walking around with a negative attitude, or if you're doing bare minimum, emotionally and physically and otherwise, if you're just walking around doing the bare minimum, you know, it sucks, but you are going to live a bare minimum life. That's exactly what's going to happen. And the reason why I know is because I've done it, and I've been there, and I'm still, in fact, right here, right now, there. But the thing is, right now, I have a plan, and I'm blessed and fortunate enough with the opportunity to, you know, actually be able to, you know, see that plan through and do a couple of really cool things that I got going on that is going to kick off my own, you know, my own pretty much entrepreneurship, to be completely honest with you, and it's gonna be great. And I got a plan, and you know, I plan on, obviously, you know, video documenting the process and showing you guys all how I did it. You guys would be amazed, because I went through several different phases of my life, thinking when I was 18 that, you know, blaming the system and, you know, is the corruption and all this stuff, and yes, that all that stuff really goes on, but how is that really affecting me personally in any type of way, shape, or form? It wasn't. So I was holding myself back and playing a victim mindset, really, because I didn't have the goals or the ambition or the wisdom or knowledge to, you know, recognize at the time what was actually right for me, because I was a new adult, and I didn't even really know fucking right from wrong at the time. I didn't know what people made hourly. I didn't know wages. I didn't know cost of living. I was literally like a dumb little kid that moved out at 18 and said, I want to go start my life. And that's exactly what I did. And boy, did I. And anywho, it's a good video. It's a lot to take in. The most important thing I want you to do is start thinking. Because if you're not thinking, oh man, you're cutting off your biggest potential to ever become a winner, to ever become a millionaire, you know, to ever become so, you know, financially abundant that you're gonna one day have a house paid off sooner than it's supposed to be, and cars on top of that paid off sooner than they're supposed to be, because you're putting in the work and you're manifesting, you know, these blessings in the form of money that you're getting as a reward for your hard work, and offering, you know, these services to the world, whether it's, you know, if you're a man, pressure washing, concrete staining, curb painting, window washing and painting, you know, different types of things. There's literally, you can do anything to make money. There's guys that freaking go to the swap meets and they clean people's shoes, and I talk to them. I say, hey, my man, you make a living doing this? I say, yeah, man, this is all I do. I clean shoes. And whatever the fuck people do, they just do it absolutely every day, all day. And they charge what they're worth, and they offer a damn good service, and that's how you fucking make it. But the thing is, and I could say we because I used to think like a fucking poor, broke-ass victim. And I'm sorry to say it like that. And then I know some folks might take offense to that. And I want you to know, I'm not trying to offend you. What I'm trying to get you to do is wake up, my brother and sister. Don't be scammed by none of these fucking... There's some gurus I'm not going to name because I don't even want to start feuds that I don't have the means to, you know, battle it. Anywho, what I'm telling you is real, honest experience that even the gurus themselves will tell you. But the thing is, on top of that, they're pretty much charging you so that they could show you how they did it exactly. And that's really what you're paying, you know, those big tens of thousands of dollars for their courses. You're paying to learn exactly how they did it and what they're doing, right? But all you got to know is that it's possible for you to do it and for you to make it. And all you got to do is figure out by starting to think, what the heck do I want to do with my life? And what do I have to offer this world? And what could I make money doing by offering good services and charging, you know, decent fees? Not crazy, you know, but just charging your worth and charging, you know, what the heck, the product that you're pushing, whether it's whatever it is. You guys understand where I'm going with this. But the thing is, and I used to also, like, when I used to start thinking about this stuff, oh my gosh, there would be times where I'd be like, I'm so, I didn't think it was realistic enough because I was, you know, I had to go to work in the morning. And, you know, my schedule and what I had going on didn't really allow me, right? Didn't allow me to, think ahead, because all I could really think about is tomorrow. What do I got to do tomorrow to get ahead, right? Now, what I didn't know and what I was avoiding was that I didn't have the discipline to stop things that I had to stop and to cut things off that I had to stop or that I had to cut off. And I didn't have the discipline to start new habits that I needed that were going to, you know, improve my strength and my mentality and overall my life. And because I wanted to be comfortable, to be honest with you, I wanted to live comfortable, and I didn't like hard things. I didn't like to work out, you know, and boy, at some point I was such a unhealthy looking fat piece of shit. Man, and I'm just talking about myself here. I'm being honest with you. Some folks will be like, you should never talk about yourself. I'm being honest. Don't fucking baby me, okay? Me babying me is the reason why I had a very hard life. I should have been stronger, and I wish I had people in my life that were strong and people that would tell me, hey man, life is fucking hard once you hit that 1-8, so you better buckle up, bud. You know, and just help me with a fucking plan. If you're an adult, help the youth, right? Just with a standard fucking plan, or at least make sure that anybody in your family, in your circle, right, You know, teenage wise, let them know, you know, what do you guys want to do one day? You know what I mean? Like, start thinking about, you know, and then also, you know, let them know, you know, if you want to be your own boss one day, you're gonna have to, you know, still start a startup job. You know what I mean? Little fast food or whatever the heck, you know. Explain to them and put these youth on, put these teens on exactly how life it goes, you know, what and how they could avoid problems, right? Let them know, hey, stay away from the new car, big dog. I know I know you're big hot adult now, but you're gonna want to stay away from that debt. Trust me, because that shit, you know, that shit hits hard, my man, when they take that nice little chunk of your hard-earned money up out your bank account. You know, it's us adults, man, that, you know, have been through these difficulties and that are still going through these difficulties. See, the thing about me, I never stopped being honest with people about how hard life was, right? Even when I would go through it, but deep down I was like, I know I'm gonna make it one day, right? I know I'm gonna make it one day. I know I'm gonna make it one day. And I have been trying to fucking make it. Sometimes it'll take a long time, and if I explain to my story to you guys, you'd be like, holy shit. You know, but it literally just happens, okay? But it's mentality and it's mindset. You have to want to make it. The reason why I wasn't making it in the past was because I wanted to be comfortable. I didn't have no discipline. And even now I still struggle with discipline. I still struggle with like a lot of things that I shouldn't be doing. Eating a lot of fast food, smoking weed and stuff like that. You know, just being honest with you. These are things that I've had to learn how to do at a very minimum so that I could stop damaging my life more than being productive in it. Now, I'm just being honest with you guys, you know. Honesty is the best policy, but you guys understand where I'm going with these things. Now, what am I all talking about? Guys, think. We got to start thinking about all this shit. We got to put the phones down and stop being distracted. Holy shit. Oh my gosh, I know. And even sometimes, even to this day, I will wake up at 4:30, 5 in the morning, and fucking for some reason feel the need to kickstart my brain with 30 minutes of scrolling. And then guess what? Then I gotta go brush my teeth. I brushed my teeth for like 10 minutes because I didn't take care of them when I was younger, right? So I got problem areas I gotta work on, especially since my job involves talking to people and I refuse spitting hot, fiery breath at people. So I tweak out on my breath every morning, on my teeth and everything. Then rinse with Listerine multiple times and all that good stuff, right? These are things that I have to do because I wasn't doing just a bare basic minimums when I was younger, right? And when I first started my adult life. Anywho. Talking about hell. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is you gotta fucking start moving and thinking and staying productive for yourself. Listen, these phones are really a big issue because they're addicting. And that content, I don't know why. What the fuck are they putting in this content these days? That just, you know, and it's like sometimes I can tell that I'm not going to be into the video or not. And I think, and I just start swiping. I'm like, no, wait, what's that? And I'm like, you know, so we got to be real careful with these phones, guys, okay? Let's please focus on putting the phones down a little bit. And guys, do some push-ups or girl jumping jacks, push-ups, squats. Ooh, man, calisthenics, get into that shit. I really would like to get into that, and I hope that I do. Right now I struggle at just maintaining like a bare number of like a minimum number of push-ups that I do just to like maintain a certain physique that, you know, I refuse to go any worse visually, right? But I still fucking eat a lot of bullshit sometimes, or like, let's say yeah, anywho, that's just not important. Okay, guys, start thinking, moving, okay? Just eat less, move more. That's literally it, guys. Like, that is literally it to get in shape. Now, the bigger you are and whatnot, the more work you got to do, the more you got to move, and the longer it's going to take. But we, you know, everything that we gotta do, we brought on ourselves. So it burns at first, but the second we acknowledge that shit don't even burn, and we realize, damn, I did that to myself. And at the same time, we realize with urgency and care for ourselves that we still have enough time to undo all this nonsense, even if we're a little heavier. Guys, trust me, there was a time where I didn't think I could ever look decent again, and now, thank goodness, I feel like I look decent. But I'm still not happy with my overall appearance. But you know, you gotta have a always improvement mentality. I always gotta get better. Always gotta get better. And we're never gonna really reach there. But fucking guys, compared to how we have been, we're gonna be fucking crazy superstar rock stars. There's a business inside here waiting to happen. But every fucking time you think about it, it's like you fucking wake up to this fucked up reality that we are forced to live in, and you like forget about your dreams and your goals and how they are possible. So please, guys, start thinking, wake up, snap out of it, and fucking become the fucking winner that you are supposed to be. Yeah. And I really want to say this because when I was a teenager, I like on YouTube and Facebook, I used to watch a guy named Gregory Plitt. And he was a young guy. He served in the military, I think in a couple different branches, and he was such an inspiration to me. I used to watch him, and he's gonna be the only person that I name in this video because I wanna honor him and shout him out because he's always been such an inspiration to me. And I always was like, you know, I am kind of just barely waking up myself, right? So I was also real distracted in all kinds of things you guys wouldn't imagine, right? So within the last couple years, you know, I've been waking up little by little, and you know, within this last year I came across a video of him, and I'm like, man, what happened to him, you know? And sad, super sad to hear that unfortunately he passed away on January 17th, 2015, which not only was my birthday, but 2015 was the year I turned 18 and started my adult life. Also starting, you know, my own little family and work, and just my own little, what I didn't know at the time would be this huge time of distraction and failure and you know, self-pity and a victim mindset, not wanting to realize that if I was ever gonna be something, I had to do it. No one was gonna say, you know. So what I'm trying to say is that I was so distracted, you know, within this, you know, last, you know, decade, that I didn't know that, you know, Mr. Gregory Plitt passed away, you know, big brother, man. And you know, I just want to say rest in peace and much love, and you are such a motivation and an inspiration to so many of not only grown men but youth, you know. And just thank you for the time you were here on this earth, my big brother, and I'll see you one day, I'm sure of it. And to everybody else, God bless you guys, man, and just wake up and start thinking, okay? Because you guys are winners and you have potential. But there's going to be a handful in the world that are going to refuse to tell you this. Even, you know, just like there's one side of the universe trying to push you to be your best, there's also going to be this negative side of the universe that's constantly trying to drag you down and bring you down with, you know, your past, or, you know, your old friends, or people that, you know, might not want to move up in life with you, and so they say you switched up, you know, but really they still have an opportunity to be there for you. But now that they've shown weird colors, you yourself got to step back from them and continue to be a winner. And so at some point life just gets weird, guys, okay? But please, these are all normal problems that all winners got to face. So with that being said, please like and subscribe, and if you or know anybody that is struggling, you know, in any type of way, shape, or form, please send them this video link, and you know, with my best hopes that their day gets better, because nothing stays bad forever, guys. Trust me, nothing stays bad forever. It does get better, even when it feels like, dang, I will never get over this. You'll probably be over it by the next day, if I'm being completely honest with you. So, you know, the pain, acknowledge it. Be like, damn. Oh, damn. That sucked. Alright, gotta get back to work. You know what I mean? That's just what you gotta do, y'all. So, alright, I've been having, man, if you stayed at this whole video, man. Oh, man. Ooh, yo, it's about to be 11:11. Okay, y'all. Ooh. What time is it? Ooh, it's 11:11 right now. Okay. I wish that everybody becomes the winners, superstars that they are supposed to be, and that they reach all of their goals, and that we all reach our goals together, and that this next 10, 20, 30 years is the best dang 20, 30 years ever. Thank you, Lord. And the universe. All right, y'all. Like and subscribe. Peace.